Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Brit and Aussie Podcast. Hello, Wolf.
G'day.
Alright?
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So first and foremost, if I edit this right, this shouldn't be a problem. But I'll leave the first in. But we both have the sniffles, so we've been like talking for the past 3 days, just going, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, not bad. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So after this, there shouldn't be any more because I'll have to cut out all the sniffs. But there shouldn't be too many.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
There probably will be.
If I do my job right. But hi, how's it going? It's been another few weeks or whatever. We still haven't worked out the podcast will be every 2 weeks. But I've noticed so far it's being monthly, which I imagine we will up that eventually. But
Eventually!
eventually. So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? What have you been up to? You recently made a purchase, I believe.
I did. Just today, in fact,
What?
which is amazing that I'm here recording this with you. This shows my dedication to our cause of this hugely successful and popular podcast that we record
Oh yeah.
every
What
month.
did you go out and buy?
Well, so what I did was I went out. I was a bit hungry, so I thought, yeah, I'll get some lunch, and I was out with
Oh, yeah.
with
Fair enough.
Dirt Mum, my mother,
Yeah.
and I thought, I was like, I'll buy a lunch. That'd be nice. We'll have a day together. Blah 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 blah. And she,
It's
while we
nice.
were out in town, like just before we got lunch, she needed to like buy some stuff, some like craft stuff. So I was like, yeah, sure. So we went and bought that. And then she's like, oh, I need to buy a table. And I was like, from
As you do.
yeah. As you do, just needs to buy a table.
Yeah.
It's like a fold-up table, and she bought it in an establishment called Argos, which is.
Argos.
Have you heard of
I'm not
Argos?
I have not.
Okay,
I've heard of it. I
so
don't know what it is.
Argos basically redefined shopping in England
Right.
because
Redefines it.
yeah, and now everywhere else, all the takeaways, I always call them Argos style now, because what it is when you go into Argos, you go in. And all it is there's catalogs, like the Argos catalog, right? Which is a laminated book with like 500 pages, whatever.
Okay.
Right? So you look through the book for what you want, or you can do it online beforehand.
Okay.
And so say if you're on a table, you go to section, tables, blah, blah, blah. It's got a price, yeah, that's great, I want that. And then next to it is like a code next to it. So like 6624891, whatever. So then you put that in a little stock checker thing that they've got in front of you. It looks like a giant calculator. You bash it in, bang, and it tells you if they've got any in stock.
Okay.
And then if they have, then you write it. And I'm not even making this up, right? And then and then if they've got it in stock, you pick up a tiny piece of paper that they've got there, right? And a pen. Well, it used to be a pen. They've now downgraded to pencils. You pick up the really small pencil, you write in the code and the quantity that you want, and then you take it up to the till, the cashier. And like there's nothing actually, like the only thing in the place is these catalogs and the counters where you go and pay. That's it, right? So yeah, you go up with your bit of paper and they're like, yeah, is that the folding table at $39.99? And you go, yeah, that's it. And they go, okay, it's $39.99 then, please. And like, okay, so you pay for it, and then you get a receipt, and then it's got a number on it, which is like bingo. So like your number's like 421.
Okay.
So, and then there's wooden chairs that you go and sit on, and then there's a screen, and you can see like the audio that's going through. And out the back, there's a massive warehouse, right? And obviously,
Here's my problem with this.
okay, go on.
What sort of stuff can you get?
Everything.
Everything. So like food.
No, not food.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
But this is the same problem as with online shopping.
you don't actually get to see it.
You don't get to see it before you buy it.
You don't.
And like that's the only benefit currently of buying something from a regular store is you get
Yeah,
to see it. Otherwise,
yeah,
why not just buy it online?
yeah. Well, the idea is that it's got the convenience of online because you just say, "Oh yeah, I want one of those," but you don't have to wait for it. You just go down to your local Argos, bash in the number, they bring it out to you, and then you go.
I mean, I guess, but I'd still probably buy it online.
But then you got to wait for it. That's what I mean. Like just while I was in town today, we thought like, oh, just have a big old, you know, just a table, just go and buy it, put it in the car, off we go. But anyway, so that's what Argos is.
Right.
And it's like a game of bingo. You sit there, and then it's like order number 421 to your collection point. You go up and you get the thing, and you go, yeah, that's the thing, and then you leave with it. It's great. Um, but now all the takeaways do that. Not the takeaway. The fast food places. Do they do that there as well? So like when you go in
Yeah.
a Macca's, you get like a number now,
Yeah.
because that never used to be a thing.
That was how I got that free bit of food.
Free bit of food.
Yeah, I think I told you about it a while ago. Where I was at a Macca's, and should I just tell the whole story? I don't know if I've told it on this.
I don't think. But either way, no, go on.
Okay, so I was down south and I was at a Macca's and I was with some peeps, and we all ordered Macca's, and I was getting some for me and another person, and then other two people were getting their own separate orders, but we were all like together. And so I get the number and I'm waiting for it, and standing around talking to the people that I was with. My order comes up, and it's a rather large bag. I'm very confused by this because it's like I only ordered a couple of
You
burgers.
definitely told me this story, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah. So I went up to the counter. I got the bag and I picked it up, or walked over to one of the other side counters that they have, and I sort of opened it, took a quick look, realized what was in it, and immediately ran to the car park. And I get to the car and I'm like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's leave them. I know it's your daughter and everything, but let's get the fuck out. Like, they can find their own way out. And what had happened is I'd been given someone else's order in addition to mine. So I ended up with like 6 burgers.
Yeah.
And like 6 fries and all of this extra shit. And we're sitting there laughing our asses off, and then the other two come out, and they come out just fucking furious. Just, someone took our fucking order, fucking some bastards come along, and we had to wait extra time because someone just took our order, and like they screwed up and gave it to someone, but someone else took it, and rah. And then I just laugh even harder because I'm like, well, what did you order? And it was the exact extra shit that I got. So but they replaced their meals, but they just had to wait extra. So I got their meals, but they got it anyway. So
Oh, so you
it
had
was
double
effectively a
food.
crime. But they gave
Wonderful.
it to me. I don't know why they shouldn't have given it to me, but
I don't know.
I'm guessing it's because I was like standing around with them and shit. They just put it in the one bag, but they never told me that.
Gee.
And that was a very fun experience at Macca's.
Yeah.
It was great.
So yeah, that's what I call Argos style now. So yeah, I went to Argos. We got this table. Well, she was looking through the book and she's like, "That's the table that I want." And while she was looking through the table, I was looking through, because what you normally do is if you're looking for something specific, like there's a big book and they're like next to each other. So I was like, "I'll look through this one. You look through that one." So she was like looking through that one, trying to find the table that she wanted, and I was looking through the other one. But I
Do they have
happened to
pictures?
find, It's a full catalog. It used to be growing up, like any like person my age or whatever, growing up, like for Christmas, your parents would give you like an Argos catalog and then be like, circle what you want, or like, tell us what page it's on. That was pretty much how you got Christmas presents.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think that happens as much now because there's so many other places to buy from. But yeah, so yeah, while she was looking for that, I was like, yeah, I'll just have a little look through, and then I found the gaming console section. I was like, oh,
Oh my.
what's in here? Because I chatted like briefly about, I might look into getting a console at some point, not sure. But Red Dead, like just a few days ago, I'd seen someone playing Red Dead, and I was like, oh, it looks so good. Like I just want it.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few other PS4 exclusives,
Mm-hmm.
so I just bought it.
You boy.
Yeah, and I saw they had like 3 in stock, so I was like, yeah, might as well. So I went up and bought it.
So, what are you gonna do when it comes out for PC?
I guess transfer over my online character.
Yeah, double dip.
Yeah,
They got you. They got you.
I know.
That's what they want people
But
to do.
thing is, it's like,
That's why they're doing it.
yeah,
So
I
people
mean,
double dip.
and literally, like, it's one of the like big retail boxes, like PS4, and it says like Red Dead Redemption on it. Like they specifically knew that people that didn't have PS4s would go out and buy them for this game,
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
and yeah, it worked. But yeah, it's a good game.
It's good. You like it?
Cowboys, yeah.
How much of it have you played?
Not well. I'm on chapter 2 now, and chapter 1 was basically like, it's kind of tutorial, and it was like,
Yeah.
you couldn't like free roam. It was literally, hey, follow me. Oh, let's do this. Blah 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 blah. Basically, just learning all the mechanics. And now
Yeah.
chapter 2, there's like various different missions I can go and do, but I'm in the world to just free roam.
It's all opened up.
Yeah, and I haven't done any of it yet. I literally stopped at that point, which was difficult to do.
Are you waiting to stream it? Are you gonna stream it?
Uh, if I can stream a PS4, which that there's ways to do it, but to be honest, I'm actually just not that fussed about streaming it. I just want to sort of enjoy it.
I just want to play it.
Yeah.
No, I can understand that. Like, it can be a bit of an effort to stream something.
Yeah. And when I stream stuff, I sort of like the stream to like have a say in like, oh, should I put a dumb hat on him, or oh, should I do this, or oh, should I kill
But
this guy? Should I?
you just want to play it.
Yeah, I want to do all my own choices. I
You
want
want
to
to wear
have
the
how I
cool
look.
hat.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
see. That's funny because yeah, like my attitude to that is completely different.
Yeah.
It's I wear whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. But it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm incredibly jealous of you, but I refuse to double dip.
No. Don't do it.
I refuse.
I mean, I don't regret it, but don't do it. It will come out for PC.
I couldn't justify it. Like at least you might buy some other PS4 games.
Oh yeah, like I said, yeah, because I did the research of like what PS4 exclusives are there, and now like Microsoft, they sort of seem to be like not just having Xbox exclusives, because like Xbox and Windows 10 are sort of like homies now. Well, obviously they're both Microsoft, but you know what I mean. It's like they're sort of trying to have them as the same thing.
Yeah, they're making some money doing that.
So yeah, PlayStation seems to have more exclusive. Because there's a Spider-Man game, which looks really good.
I have heard that it's very good.
Yeah, Detroit Becoming Human, really good. Heavy Rain, never played that. The Last of Us, never played that. So there's quite a lot. Even just from that, and it means that from now on, when I watch like E3 and watch all these things, like there's some that I'm just like, oh, not interested in this because it's not going to be for PC. But now, if it actually looks like a good game, I can be like, oh. Chances are it's either going to be on PC or PlayStation.
Did you just get a regular PlayStation or like the Pro?
No. I just got PS4, 500 gig
Or
thing.
that might cost you.
No, it won't, because all the Pro does, and I looked it up, all the Pro does is allows for 4K, which I don't have a 4K screen. So
well,
that's
you're right
literally
then.
all it does. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. Speaking of speaking of gaming, I'm just going through my list that I normally have.
Uh-huh.
It said here, well, it says here, Dom fucked up gaming video.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Do you wanna enlighten?
Well, you see, dear gentle listener, listener. Well, actually, listeners, but you could have been a viewer because there was a day.
Because well, I'll just say, yeah, we briefly mentioned, didn't we, that maybe some of the next content you'll see will be a gaming video, or
Indeed,
so it would sort of be almost
that
in podcast style, but it would just be us
yeah,
playing some sort of game.
yeah,
Continue.
that was in fact the plan, but such is life that not everything goes according to plan
No,
because we were playing a little game, and what was that game, Dom?
no, I don't want to talk about it. It was a good game. It was a
What
good
was
game.
the game? What was the game?
No, I
What
didn't
was
know
the
they'd be
game?
shaming me. It's a game called.
Of course, there's gonna be.
It's going to be for Halloween as well, because it was literally
Yeah.
either on Halloween or it was like a few days before. It was a game called Hello Neighbor.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello Neighbor, which
What was
is
the objective of that game?
briefly, you're a little kid. There's some spooky stuff going on in your neighbor's basement. You think
Uh,
so? You need
uh,
to get into his house and get into the basement, work out what's going on. It's really difficult. We
yeah,
found. We had a great time. Some of the best
we
content
did.
we've recorded actually. Lots of laughs and
Yeah.
jokes. You know,
I learned about life and
yeah,
love
maybe some.
and the
Yeah,
soul, the human soul.
the
I learned
stars
about
aligned
that.
at
Like,
one point.
it did. It was just, it was beautiful. It was amazing.
And you might
It
think,
was like a very good, 2 couple hours,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
recording and putting our sweat, blood, and tears into it.
yeah. And recording, no, it went absolutely fine. Quality's good. My sound
I
was
was
good.
perfect.
Wolf's sound was
Perfect.
good. Uh, yeah, nothing, and that's it. That's where the story ends. Great.
Except
Anyway,
that's
so
not where the story ends because
no.
what Dom did
Oh,
was he
oh,
went
oh
to
no, we don't need to
convert
talk
the
about
file
this.
type
Yeah.
and it destroyed the file. All the raw footage was gone. It didn't even work with the conversion.
No.
So the conversion fucked up. The raw footage was gone. So it was hours gone. Perfect
Yeah.
quality gaming content that we would have had up well before this.
Yeah.
It's just gone. Destroyed. Because Dom fucked it.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel bad. There's nothing I can do because we were just like, let's re-record it, but it's like we just can't because it was the first time we
Yeah,
played that game and it was so natural and we were so proud that we worked out all the puzzles and
yeah.
everything. Uh,
And we tried to like after that play another game and like at least
oh,
get something out, but
oh
all the
Jesus.
spirit had been sucked away.
Yeah.
We just couldn't do it.
Mainly from me, like I think you were kind of at that point you were just like, all right, well it's happened, let's just get something recorded. But in my head I was just like, you fucked it, Dom.
I mean,
You're a piece of shit.
deep
Oh yeah,
down, I
oh
was
yeah, I know
broken.
you were,
I was
yeah.
broken.
But you put on the brave face, I didn't.
It wouldn't have been as good because what we did was amazing and it was destroyed. Just, just throwing that out there. Just ruined everything. Like my life is destroyed now.
Yeah,
I was homeless for a while because I
yeah,
was devastated.
yeah,
My house blew up.
Yeah. Wife left you.
So you destroyed it. You
It-
destroyed it.
Yeah,
It's
I fucked up big
you
time.
did.
But you will see some content soon.
I will force good gameplay content out of this mofo. Maybe me playing something next time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. We'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Next time, I'm going to either record in a different format so I don't need to convert it. Although that's what I do for all my videos and it works out absolutely fine. Or record it, get the raw footage, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste in about 5
Yeah,
different
yeah.
locations. And then try and convert one of them.
we will get some gaming stuff
Yeah.
on here though.
Yeah.
That's the next goal.
But in case you want, well, if anyone actually gives a shit, in case you were wondering, oh, they said they were going to be doing gaming videos. Where is it? That's where it is. It's gone.
Yeah, it's
It's
dead.
ruined.
It's...
And you know, we could have put out some shit that we bashed together in sadness, but we want only quality content.
Quality.
Quality. Gosh, this is quality.
Only the best for
The
YouTube.
finest quality.
Finest. No, we do
Yeah.
we do want to produce something like, because I think the main thing is we don't want to just bash something out. We want to put out something that we would watch or we
Yeah.
would listen.
Same
If
as the
we don't
podcast.
think it's funny or good, then we're probably not going to do it. Which is why it takes so long for us to do a new episode of this.
Yeah. And that's the other
I mean,
thing.
we'll probably get better at it.
I mean, the other thing is, if we do find something funny, it's probably not funny.
Yes.
That's why it's so good. It's like dad jokes.
Yes. Yeah. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah. But I did get an idea for a new segment, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
It's not to do with that, but it's because we keep talking about, yeah, we'll get some sort of format for the podcast, and it's still just us just babbling.
Organization.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a notepad file which carries over now. It used to be that I put some stuff in the notepad file, and then I just erase it at the end of the podcast. No, now I put things in it and keep it there.
That sounds a lot better. Yeah.
I know, that sounds organised. So, an idea for a segment that we could do for each podcast, and we'll see if it works.
Alright.
And it's basically called How Do.
How do? Yes, I
How
remember
do.
you mentioning this.
Right. And the idea is that we ask each other things that we wonder how does this thing happen, or how do they do this thing?
Yeah. How is it made? How is it accomplished? How do
Yeah.
people go about
Yeah. This thing.
this
And it's like
thing?
not thinking too hard about it. It's just like little things that we probably could Google, but we find it, I thought it'd be much better if instead I ask Wolf / he asks me this thing, and we could see maybe the other person actually has some knowledge of this thing. If not, we'll see if we can piece it together, ourselves, or maybe we'll actually Google it while recording, and then we'll be like, oh, that's how they do it, and then that's it. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you know something about what we're talking about, or maybe you want to submit a how-do, something that you could probably Google, but you want to hear the experts, me and Wolf.
The experts.
I mean, the
expertly
experts.
unexpert.
Yeah. Something that you'd like to ask an expert, but they're not available, so you just ask us instead.
So if you do have any weird random subjects of that nature, feel free to post them below, and we will purposefully not Google them.
Yeah.
Or if we plan to cheat, we'd probably forget.
Yeah. And you'd be able to tell if someone was like, how do blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh, this one's quite simple. It was in 1964 that David blah blah blah. Like, you'd be able to tell that I'm just reading out a Wikipedia article.
But saying it as if it's your own words. Well, actually,
exactly.
I think.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Yeah. Um, and the first one,
First
drum,
one.
drum roll, please. I just thought of it. Is how do you buy a horse?
Is this because of
Because
Red Dead?
no. Because I mentioned this to you very
Right.
briefly, but probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I briefly said, like, as an example, this one, and you were like, oh yeah, like I think you actually knew something about it, but I genuinely haven't googled it since. And
Right.
like on my drive to work and back, I drive past quite a lot of horses, and I always drive past like, how do they buy them? Like, for if you're confused, like, what do you mean? How do you buy a horse? You just go and buy a horse. Yeah, but where? So say if I owned a
Right.
farm, or say if I just
Right.
decided I wanted a horse, right?
Right.
Do I just go to a horse shop? Is there like, is there like a catalog? Is there like an Argos for horses? Do I like look
A
through
horse
like,
shop.
yeah, or like, you're like the people that are born in the country are like, ooh, right, you daft fucker, this is how you buy a horse. Like, they know, but I don't know how you buy a horse. How do you pick the right one? How do you know it's the right horse? Do you get to test drive it? Like, like with a car, you know? Um, or do they have like horses for different? Well, I know they have horses for different things. Like, if you want a
Right.
horse that you can race, do you buy that from somewhere different to a horse that just pulls a carriage or does like donkey rides on the beat? Well, I mean that would be a donkey, but you know what I mean. Like, just does horse rides for kids.
Yeah.
How? So the question I'm asking you, Wolf, how do you buy a horse?
How do you buy a horse?
How do
Well,
you
are
buy
you
a
ready for
horse?
this?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
I'm actually quite excited. Yeah.
Now, do you want the difficult way?
I literally, I just want to buy a horse, man. You know.
All right. So you just like, I need to get a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Like I today I want a horse today.
Well, yeah. Not like urgent,
All
like,
right.
steal one, but like, how do I legitimately
No, legitimately
go
buy
out
a
and
horse.
buy a
Okay.
horse? Yeah.
Do you know what Craigslist is?
Well, yeah, but that's not
Okay.
legitimately buying a horse.
Well, no. Okay. In Australia,
Okay.
there is a website that is sort of similar to Craigslist
Okay. Yeah.
called Gumtree.
Yes, we have that here as well.
Oh, you have Gumtree. Okay. Well, you can go on Gumtree
Yeah.
and you can buy a horse online with pictures, with the proper information,
But what information?
the breed, the
How many
hand
horsepower's it
size.
got, mate? One. Oh, right.
No, the age, the hand
Right.
size, like its health, and stuff like that, and the
Right.
breed and what it's been used for, the training it has. Like, there's varying amounts of information,
Okay.
but then you have like a contact number on there, and that is literally, if you need to get a horse, you can
Yeah.
just go on fucking
But
Gumtree.
I can't imagine like a multi-millionaire, a little girl's like, "Daddy, I want a horsey," and he just goes, "Okay, my darling, Gumtree. Yeah, let's just find a horse. Oh yes, that looks like a good one. Is the
That's the
horse
quick way.
is the horse
That's the
still
quick way.
available? Oh great, I'll come round at 5. Like
That is
how?
the quick way. But you can actually even find show horses on there, as in
Right.
prize-winning horses. You can get on the old Gumtree.
Okay.
But that's the quick way. The not so quick way is similar to how you would get, say, a purebred dog. Is
Right.
you find a breeder, or an actual, like, horse dealer, like a car dealership kind of thing.
See, in my mind, this is just such a funny thing. I imagine, like when you drive past like some sort of Mercedes dealership, and you're
Yeah.
just driving, and there's like a big glass window with all like the latest models in there. It's just like horses in there.
I mean, it's more likely a farm, but
Oh yeah, but why
like
not?
with
Why
a,
don't any
with a
of them
paddock.
sort of, why don't any of them go a bit more upmarket?
They do.
Right.
but they're not gonna be like you can't keep a horse in like a glass box though,
No, I guess not. No.
because it's a horse.
Yeah. Fair enough. I guess they are different from cars in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, but the purchasing and that could be similar to a
Right.
mix between
So
a purebred dog and
yeah.
a car.
So
Because
the thing is, like, when you buy a dog, like, you don't
yeah,
go, oh, can I play fetch with it? Like, can I just test it works or whatever? Like, no, you don't.
right.
You don't do anything like that. But with a
You
horse, like,
you
do you get
could,
to test drive it?
yeah, you could. You can like if your purpose is you want a riding horse,
Yeah.
'cause that is what some people will of course buy a
Okay.
horse for,
Okay.
is
What
to
if I
legally
want?
ride.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
that's the purpose, you
So I can
can
sort of see that. So like, okay, so I want a good horse for riding. So like, I
yeah,
take it for a ride around the the dealership, around the
yeah,
test track,
yeah,
right? Um, and like it might be like, oh no, this one's a bit, doesn't handle too well in the corners. Like
yeah.
I'll try a different model
Well,
or
it
something.
could be just the horse doesn't like you.
Yeah, which again, a problem you don't really have with cars. Yeah,
No, but they are living creatures. They
they
have
are. Yeah,
personalities.
yeah, yeah.
But realistically, yeah, I think I know what you're gonna ask. Where it's like, what would I do then?
No, 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 no.
Trying a different model.
No, no, no. So yeah, I want to try a different one. So I imagine they're just like, yeah, sure, hop on the next one, see if you like that one
Yes.
better. Off you go. Great.
Well,
But
realistically,
yeah,
it's less about looking for this specific horse. It's I'm looking for a type. So
right.
you would go down and again, similar to buying a purebred puppy,
Yeah.
is you would look at the lot of them and you'd go, okay, this is the type of
Yeah.
puppy that I want,
I
or the
guess
type of
I
horse that I
guess
want,
like you'd
and you
look
see
at
what they
like
have.
the mother
You look at
horse
everything.
and be like,
Yeah, you might look at the parents,
yeah, judge them.
check out all the different horses.
Yeah, if the parents are just like sitting there like all wheezy, like falling apart, you're like, nah, just give me a shit horse.
That's so mean.
Well, like that's what you do. Like if you're buying a puppy and you look at the adults and it's just like fuck ugly, you'd be like, I don't want that one.
No, but you look at
Yeah,
the puppies, and it's about. I think if you're getting any animal, it should be about if you just feel a connection with said animal. Otherwise,
yeah.
why would you
Like when buying a
have it?
car. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
get
but
in. Just like,
these are living
do I feel a
things.
connection? Yeah, but you wait until like AI in cars is, you know, you get in and like there's like compatibility with the AI and okay. So what I was gonna say is, so yeah, riding horses, that's fair enough. You can test drive them all day until you find a test ride. I guess you don't drive a horse. You can test ride them until you find the
Right,
one that you want. Okay,
right.
that's great, or the one that you get on with, or whatever. Right.
Yeah,
But when it comes to like pulling a cart, like you want a horse to pull a cart around, like can you
right.
just like bring your cart along and hook it up to a bunch of different horses?
I mean, I imagine that would be possible, but for a lot of these situations, the person is knowledgeable enough in horses that they can kind of get a feel for the horse just by
Yeah, but I think
taking a
that's a
look.
bit of a risk, isn't it? Like if you were buying a towing, like if you're buying a car to tow a caravan, right? And you had a towing car already, but it was sort
Right,
of like falling apart. When you go and test drive a new towing car, there's no use me knowing what it's like without a caravan, right?
right.
Because I could buy it and it's shit at pulling caravans. So I'd
I
probably
mean,
bring the caravan along
you
and test
could
it with the
probably,
car. So I want to do the
you
same with a
probably could.
horse.
You probably could. I imagine that you can do that, but
Yeah.
I don't think it happens that much. Like, I think
No.
people
But I
are
think
just
that's
knowledgeable
it's
enough,
a bit of a risk, isn't it?
and they
Horses aren't cheap.
true, but people seem to know, like,
Yeah. But what about for a noob like me? I don't
for a
know.
noob like you, yeah,
Yeah.
bring the fucking cart, or bring a guy who does know.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing, some of these horse guys, as they can just look at the horse, look at the feet of the horse, and they know instantly.
You go, yeah, he's a cart puller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he is the one.
Or you might
Like,
say,
this
oh,
one,
what about this one?
he could pull 3 carts. No. He couldn't even pull half a
No,
cart.
he's a lazy shit, just a horse looking sad. He's like, oh yeah, that's right.
They're all good horses, Dom.
Yeah, all good horses. Okay.
They're all good horses. Love horses.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
I have. I've ridden several horses.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's great.
Would you
Have you
recommend
never
it?
ridden one?
No.
I highly recommend it. It's great.
I can't even
Horses
ride a
are amazing.
bike. Right.
Yeah, but you don't have to balance on a horse, and the horse kind of does the work.
Yeah, but the bike is, like you said, like the bike can't turn around and say no, I don't like you, and like butt me off. But a horse
That's
could be
why
like,
you be
"Mm."
nice to the horse and feed him
But
apples.
to me, that's just strange. Like not being nice, but like you know what I mean. The vehicle that I'm about to use, which at that point, that's what it is.
People
The horse
did
is a
it
vehicle,
for
right?
thousands of years,
Yeah.
and people love their horses.
What do you think, like, the returns policy is like on a horse? So if you buy a horse and think he's going to be great to pull my cart, and you get him home and he's just no good, can you take it
I don't
back?
think, unfortunately, I don't think there's much of a return
See, like
policy.
that's a risk. Like I said, horses are not,
It's
because you could
this is
probably do
why I
it with,
don't buy a horse
well, yeah, but you know what I mean, like
unless you really want it.
with a car or whatever. If if you do buy it without testing your caravan on it, you get it
Right,
home and it's no good at towing your caravan, you could probably go back and say, oh, sorry, this is no good at pulling my caravan. And like, they might not do like a straight refund, but they might be like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll swap it for a better
right,
one. You know, can you do
right.
that with a
But that's
horse?
well, that generally with any kind of animal,
Yeah,
livestock and things like that. That's why people are such experts in it, and that's why they research it before they even make the purchase. Everyone checks everything
yeah,
out.
but it's
So
difficult. Like,
if there's any uncertainty, that's why they would do things like pulling the card and things like
yeah,
that. Like, people make sure they know they want this animal before they buy it, because
yeah,
once they buy it, that's kind of it.
yeah,
But the difference with if you're buying a horse for just yourself, is even if it's not the best horse, you might just love the horse
yeah,
and
but
not
like,
care.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But
you
at
could
this
get a
point,
puppy, it could turn out to be ugly when it
yeah.
grows up, but you
Yeah,
love him to
but
death anyway.
okay, yeah, I totally get that. But at the moment, at this point, I'm merely viewing this purchase of a horse. I totally agree with what you're saying, but this purchase of a horse
Right,
is for practicality. This horse
right.
isn't a pet to me, right? He is, you know, he pulls the cart. That's what he does. So if he's no good at that, then he's no good. You know?
Well, basically, the rule of thumb is if you can't figure out whether or not he can pull the cart before you buy it, then you shouldn't be buying it.
Wow. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with a car. If you don't know if that car runs before you buy it, maybe you shouldn't buy that car.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
It's like if you're buying like a secondhand car, right?
Yeah.
You want to at least see the ignition being turned on,
Oh
or
yeah,
do
and
the
like
test drive
normally
or
a
whatever.
little test drive. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to at least see that. If you're not doing that, then it's kind of your own fault if it doesn't work. Same thing with a horse. If you're not making sure, if you're not doing the due diligence, then it's kind of your own fault. And you should just keep the horse anyway, because the horse is lovely.
And feed him apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
okay.
then they live for like 30 years.
Yeah.
They'll be around for a long ass time. But horses are amazing, and we should just breed horses like crazy and just have horses everywhere.
We should go on a horse ride. We should do a podcast on horses.
I'll do it. I got a little too excited there.
How amazing would that? We should totally make that. Like, say if we met up or whatever in either Aussie land or whatever, we should just do podcast in Like,
Oh, you want me to take you to
obscure
a
places.
horse riding place?
Yeah, we'll like do a podcast on horses.
Okay.
We'll do on a roller coaster, wherever.
Okay. I'm down for the horses.
Yeah.
Don't, whatever you do, don't kick the horse.
No, I won't kick
I
the
know-
horse.
I know all the cowboys do it. If you kick the horse, that's how you get backed off.
Yeah,
Or it goes real fast.
Yeah. Super
Now
horse.
think if you're in a car, right, and you just
Yeah.
take off suddenly, you're in an enclosed space, so you don't feel that at all.
Yeah.
But on a horse, it's just open air. Now imagine it instantly going like 60 k's,
Yeah.
and you feel every bit of it. You're
Yeah.
gonna possibly fly off because horses are quick.
Man, I'd like to have a go on a horse. Okay.
Just don't go full gallop.
No. I like how you're
It's
saying this
scary.
like I'm about to go horse riding. Like, just give me advice.
I mean,
I'm not planning to go horse riding at any point, but if I do,
we're going to. I'm gonna buy a horse eventually, so
Oh, yeah.
it could be my horse that you ride.
please, if you go and buy a horse, can I come with you? Can I see the process?
You want to see the process?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For sure. But I'm not gonna be buying like, it has to be a racehorse or anything like that.
No, you just want a horse.
I just want a pretty horse,
I
possibly
want a
several.
pony.
Let's hope I never have an excess of money
Yeah.
because I'm buying a pony.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was quite a long how-do, but that's the sort of stuff that I'm talking.
Well, yeah, basically, in summation, you can buy a horse online,
Yeah.
or you can go through the proper channels like
Yeah.
breeders.
So
and
yeah, we
stuff
went
like
from
that.
like, you could buy it on Gumtree or Craigslist or something like that, like find a breeder. But like, if I literally wanted to go to a horse showroom, complete horse noob, I just want to buy a horse, then I can go to like a horse showroom, like on a farm.
Yes, you can
okay.
go to a
Great.
horse show
I have-
or a market.
I have learnt today how you buy a horse.
There's a lot of different ways to buy a horse.
Have you got anything for a how-do? So I was gonna say we could do like one each. If not, I do have a second one.
You have a second one.
I have a second one.
Oh, I'm curious now.
Yeah. So you don't have one.
Well, I'm actually really curious about yours.
Okay. Well, if you're thinking one, then go ahead. Otherwise, for next podcast, you can think of one or think of a couple.
Okay.
Okay, so I thought of this. Well, I think it was probably while I might have been a little bit drunk. I can't remember. But I was in a takeaway at probably
Right.
about 3 in the morning. So yeah, I was probably drunk. Right.
Probably
And
getting a kebab.
a kebab or something of that description. I think it might have actually been a
Right.
chicken burger on that occasion. Honestly.
Okay. Good chicken burger.
And I was looking, that So what's the first thing you do? So okay, right, I'm gonna put this to you. So you walk in to a takeaway. Okay, you just walked in, right? What do you do next? What's the first thing you do?
Look in the hot tray.
Okay.
Like the
Right. Okay, so but there's not really much there. What do you do next? Like you want something that's not there.
Have I been there before?
No, never been there.
I'll look at the menu.
Okay, which is where?
Like the board at
the board at the top. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of them have pictures next to them, don't they?
Pictures.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it would say like chicken burger, and it would have like a picture of the chicken burger next to it.
Right.
So what I'm asking is, how do you get a job photographing food for a takeaway? Imagine that, like, yeah, because someone's got to do it. Think about it. For McDonald's, for everything like that, all these different places, they have pictures of the food. Who does that? How do you even get into that?
I don't think it's like an actual guy. That's like he's the takeaway.
Yeah, we got a new
Like,
we got a new chicken supreme on the menu. Get me my best guy. Of course. And they call up like George and like, right, George, yeah. Yeah, we need you to take a
This
picture of a
one's a
chicken.
toughie.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need a good angle on this one, mate. All right, yeah.
George is just
What we
clear
got?
the room.
Yeah, so like a bomb diffuser. He goes in. There's just a table. All the employees are shaking like, and he's like, kill the lights. And then like he sets up all his camera equipment, and then he's just like, right, what we got here? And then a guy comes up nervously and he's like, "This is a chicken supreme burger with
Oh my god.
with fries. Fries? Is there a sauce? Come on, man. Is there a sauce? Yeah, yeah. There's a sauce. Okay. Like, does the sauce go with it or is it an extra? It's an extra. Okay, we won't include it in the picture. We'll maybe have it as a separate picture. Okay.
He just
Get that.
throws it against the wall.
Get that sauce out of my sight. So they move it.
Get it
Right.
out of here.
Yeah. Or he's just like some German's like, no, get it out of here. Or like,
No.
And then he makes sure that they've obviously got their finest chef to prepare this chicken burger to perfection.
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a
They
single
make
bit
6 different variations.
Yeah.
They take 100 different photos,
Yeah.
getting the angles, the
Exactly.
lighting perfect.
Yeah, and they've got like a bit of gristle. Did I send you that? Like, I sent you a picture, right? I'll put it, if I remember, I'll put it up on screen now. Although, if you're just listening to this won't make sense, right? But there's a picture for a large restaurant chain called Five Guys, and this is the picture that they. I sent you this picture.
Oh, yeah, I think you did.
And it just doesn't look very good. Like,
yeah, I imagine it tastes better than it looks.
Yeah, it's probably good. And I know their sort of thing of Five Guys is just like, yeah, it's in a bit of tin foil. Yeah, just get it down. Yeah, enjoy it.
You know what? I've never had Five Guys because we don't have it here, but I actually approve of the tin foil.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Because the tin foil would retain the heat.
Yes, yeah. It does.
So if you get a Five Guys burger, you take it back home, it'll still be hot.
Yeah, when you get it home.
That is amazing to me because you go down to Macca's, right?
Yeah, you get it like in a bit of paper.
There's never a case where it's like where you're going is like a minute away. It's always like at least 5-10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So you get the burger, you don't really want to stop and eat. You want to just go sit down on your couch or whatever, whack on the TV, eat the Macca's, and it's always cold. You can't reheat it. Reheating the fries or reheating the burger, this is not as good.
Annoyingly for me, it's like, because I can get back from Mac's in about 10 minutes, sort of a little bit less on a good day, and
the burger's a bit shit.
It's warm, but it's not the same.
Lukewarm.
When you're in McDonald's and they go, bang, there's your food, you eat it, yum yum yum. That is the temperature you want it at. That's great. But even just under 10-minute drive, even when I've tried my best to I scrunch the bag up, proper sort of, I sometimes have the heating on in the car if it's cold, just everything to try and retain the heat. Like, it's kind of warm when it gets home, but it's not.
It's not as good as if you just ate it then and there. Which is why the foil would fix this.
Yes.
Everyone needs to adopt the foil.
Yeah. Hashtag adopt the foil. Okay.
Yes.
So, how do you get a job photographing food for restaurants / takeaways?
Okay, I think that whole fucking famous photographer skit aside, I think the actual answer is far more disappointing, and that they literally just get Jerry the intern, take some photos.
No,
they
because
just grab a camera. Whoever's there.
No, because they're always like over. You know what I mean? You could tell it's like they've not.
That's why I think it's an intern.
No,
because
but
an intern, like he wants to do well. Like, listen, Jerry, your internship's
but there
almost
isn't
over.
Interns. You know what I mean? I'm on about like little independent, little run takeaways or whatever.
Oh, those. Well, that.
And
I actually know.
Kind of look like. Because the photos always look like they don't look pro, but they don't
Right.
look like someone's literally just taken their iPhone out, taken a picture, and smashed it up there. Like, you could tell it's edited. You could tell there's gone some thought into it.
No, there
That's
isn't.
well, it depends which one you go to, because there's one near me that I look at it and I'm just like,
Right.
that looks good. I mean, the food never looks like that, so it could just
You
be
know
some other
why?
pictures they found.
It's not their food.
It's probably not.
It
No.
is. That's exactly it. It's for most of it. I know some of them do take their own photos,
So do you
but
think-
for most of them,
yeah.
they literally just pull those pictures off the net
So do you think
and they print them out.
they could get sued? Like, say if you are, we're going with it. You're a famous takeaway food
Oh my
photographer,
god.
right? You go into some takeaway miles away from home, and you look up at the menu and you go, "Oh, a second, I took that picture. I took a picture of that burger. Like, it wasn't up for free use, but it's been stolen." Do you think they could sue? Because that's
If
not their intellectual property.
if there was an industry of
But that's what I mean.
of
But you don't know. That's neither of us know.
photographers do sue if they're because
Yeah,
what
and
happens
rightly
with
so.
photography is usually you'll take the photos and you will sell them. So
Yeah.
if they haven't sold the photos yet, then that's a bit of a thing. But or if it's just part of their portfolio or something, they might be able to sue for that. But
Yeah.
if they're doing it for like an art piece or whatever, like
Yeah.
people have sued over that.
Sorry, an art piece.
Yeah.
The grace of takeaway food.
With the way modern art is, that could be a thing.
It's like, oh, hi Jennifer, what did you do for your final photography art piece? Oh, I did the moon and its different lunar cycles. Oh, great. What about you? What about you, Craig? Oh, I did the waves at the beach during different times of the year. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. What about you, Dave? Takeaway food. Oh, right.
No, I could see like a bunch of
Yeah.
like pretentious art type snobbish people
Yeah.
sitting around looking at like a display of all of these different photos of takeaway food, and they're like, "Oh, it's so brilliant."
Yeah. But I really
It's-
love how you've captured the sesame seeds. You can see the glint of them.
You've captured the essence of poor.
And with and with with the lighting, there's a real subtext there. It's good food, but it's cheap. And with it being cheap, that's sadness.
The misery
Yeah.
intertwined with
of-
the deliciousness.
Yeah. Sitting there in your underwear eating a £2 burger at 3 a.m. on a weekday. Like, that's the misery
It brings
that
both
image
a
captures.
sense of sorrow and the essence of joy.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. No, but there
Yeah.
are people buying landscape photos for thousands of dollars.
Yeah. But
So that if there was such an industry, there
Yeah.
could be they could sue potentially.
yeah.
But
Imagine
generally,
that,
it might be a company that originally bought the photos or something.
But imagine
or
that
like
you've got some booming
some artist.
Yeah, you've got like some booming takeaway business, in like, central London or whatever. Some of the other local ones have gone out of business, and you're in a prime spot. Everyone coming in for takeaway food. Business is booming. Food doesn't cost you that much to produce. You're turning over thousands every day in profit.
Yeah.
And then one day, it comes out that you stole the images used for your menu, and that's it.
Ruins your
You're
business.
going
like,
down. Yeah.
You're going down. Like the public outcry is fierce.
Yeah, like, if you just stole it from some art student, then that's okay, you can maybe get away with it, but you've stolen it from, from George.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, George Ronaldo, the
famous
big
takeaway
cheese is what they call him. Yeah.
Yeah, big cheese, because
Yeah.
he's famous, loved, adored, in fact,
Yeah.
for taking these photos. It's like that other guy, who takes a photo of a bowl of porridge every day,
Yeah.
and he posts it.
Yeah.
He's almost as loved as that guy.
And that's it. When he walks in one day with his lawyers, all in suits because
Yeah.
they fancy just a greasy takeaway in central London. They see it and they're like, we're fucking taking this guy down.
Yeah.
Who is
And
this?
your career's over. Your wife leaves you.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
lose the house. You lose the kids.
Yeah. Right. And then
Your dog never looks at you the same.
no, and then some other bozo opens up a takeaway. And that's it.
Yeah.
Your business has gone there. There's no
Yeah.
loyalty to these people. They just want cheap, greasy food.
They're animals.
Yeah.
They're animals.
Yeah. But do you think, like, say if obviously I'm not a photographer, I've always wanted to get into a little bit of photography because when I take a picture, it's normally like okay, and I sort of try and frame it right and that, blah blah blah. But there must be some sort of website for like, well, I know there's for like other creatives like musicians and artists,
Right.
but like a classified sort of thing. So like someone might post on there and it's like, or like maybe you get like a photography agent or something and it's like, oh yeah, you need to go take some wedding pictures today, or there's a restaurant's having a brand new opening and they need pictures of the the fucking ribbon being cut, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. And then one day it's like, oh, I've got a good one for you, Phil. Yeah, brand new
I
restaurant.
don't think there's.
Brand new
I don't think
restaurant
there's
just
many
opened in central
agents.
London. They need their menu doing. You know what to do. And he's like, oh yeah, so I studied this for 6 years in university. Yeah, I know what to do. And off he goes.
I don't think there's many photography agents.
But that would be like that'd be a good thing for your portfolio. It
I
can't
think
always be like, you wouldn't trust your wedding photography with some bozo who's never like done any photography before. It's got nothing
no.
to show for it. I mean, I'm not sure if I trust wedding photography for someone who photographs like cheeseburgers.
I mean,
But
I would if they can make a cheeseburger glisten and like get the lighting perfect. I'd be like, that's the guy. That's
yeah,
who's taking
that's
photos of
it.
my
Yeah,
wedding.
yeah,
Look how good he made that burger.
yeah,
Imagine what he's gonna do with me.
yeah. Oh, like fucking every picture kind of makes you look like food. Like you get the photos back and you're like, I kind of.
I mean, I would like to look delicious.
Yeah. Like
I need all the help I can get, Dom.
well, no, like 10 years down the line, you're sitting there with your wife and you're going through the wedding photos, and you're like, I just look at this picture of you in your wedding dress. Oh yeah, you you look just like a double cheeseburger. What? Yeah, look right here. Fuck yeah, so I do. Like,
he's just that good.
Yeah.
He doesn't even edit it. It's just
No,
all camera
no.
angles.
Just send you the raw footage and that's it. You just yeah.
Wow. I fucking do.
So how do you get a job photography? Like how would you go about it?
Well, okay. I do actually know this is. I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Because
Okay, go ahead.
I've known actual photographers, and
Yeah.
generally it seems to be the same as like I assume we're talking about like sort of the independent like
But both.
yeah, I just feel like doing some photography.
Yeah. But like for McDonald's, think of that. Like McDonald's,
I don't
they
think
must
they
have to
hire
have.
a photographer.
Well, they
It's
must
just
do.
some guy. No, it's just some intern.
No, something like McDonald's. Think about it. The pictures for McDonald's food are used globally, all over the world, on the menus, on the
Yeah,
self-service
but they
things,
don't.
and they're all nicely edited. So they must literally be put in like a proper photography studio with the best cheeseburger they've ever
I
made.
don't think
Because
it's
their
that
food,
complex.
but their food actually does look like,
It's a
what you
couple
get.
of guys that just work at McDonald's. I'm telling you.
I don't know. See, this might have to
Because
on
they're
a
not
Google.
that good. I mean, if we're talking their TV ads though, that's a whole different.
Oh yeah,
ball
that's
game.
no, that's.
If we're talking just the photos, it's like yeah, that's just sitting on a plate. They take. I mean, yeah, they make it look good, but
It's got to be when it's something that's that literally it's used in every McDonald's worldwide. There's so many
yeah, I
McDonald's over the
don't
world.
think I
it's got to
don't think
be
they.
the best. Like they probably hire some famous photographer or someone
No,
that knows
I
how
don't
to
think
take a
they'll hire
picture.
famous
I think they
photographer.
probably do, or someone that knows. Or I reckon
They
McDonald's
just have
probably
a
have.
guy that knows.
No, I reckon McDonald's probably have the guy. You know, like we were saying, like I think they do because they must do because it's such an important thing for their marketing. The food has to look just right. So McDonald's must have a guy or like
No,
a
they just.
group of guys.
Yeah, it would be their advertising department. The advertising department for any company would have photographers in it,
Yeah,
or
but
people who serve a dual purpose.
yeah, okay. So that solves it in
It's
the
not like
larger.
they have a guy. It's in the
Yeah,
advertising
yeah, I
department,
guess
and
so.
they're just like, all right, we need some photos, like get that shit done.
Yeah,
And they send it to the advertising guys, and the advertising guys will go in a room and they'll set it all up and they'll take some photos. And they'll take like 1,000,000 photos and then they'll send them to the boss, and the boss is like, I like that one and that one. Yeah, send them
but
out.
imagine that just sitting
Done.
there scrolling through
Done.
like 18 pictures of the same burger. Like, nah, I don't like 3. Nah, number 4.
That's
Not enough
that's how it
sauce on it.
works.
Number 5. Yeah, that looks good. Like,
Well, if that was your business, you would
well, yeah,
have to
but
do
that's
that.
just
You
funny.
have to think of those things.
Let's think about it. It's
And
like,
then
oh,
that gets used well. I mean, it gets used worldwide, Dom. They
yeah,
gotta be serious about it.
yeah, but that's just funny to me. It's just like, right, Jerry, you got those burger pics? Yeah, I have. All right, let's sit down. They have like a proper meeting. Like, oh, do you want a
Where's the
coffee?
fucking lettuce, Jerry? Where's the
Yeah,
fucking lettuce?
yeah,
This burger has lettuce on it. You gotta
yeah,
display the lettuce, Jerry.
yeah. Do you think the studio time's cheap, Jerry? That's it. You're fired. We're getting Paul in. He's the cheeseburger guy. You know, he knows how to take.
Cheeseburger guy. And they don't have a studio.
But they don't just take it in like a McDonald's.
they're at their fucking they're at their office and they
Right,
take
how
it
do they
at
get the
the
burgers
office.
there?
It's McDonald's. They make
Yeah,
it.
but it needs to look good.
Yeah, but they would have all the stuff they need to make it there.
So there's a photography office where they make McDonald's fresh so they can
No,
photograph
it's
it.
not. It's not a photography office. They don't have a fucking.
But
They would not have an entire office dedicated to taking pictures of the fucking burgers.
they might do. Okay, so that
They
so
would
that
not.
sorts it
I
in
mean,
the.
here's the thing.
Okay, fair
Here's the
enough.
thing. They
Right,
could
yeah.
even not even take photos, and they could just literally take stills from the ads, like the TV ads.
Yeah.
It could literally just be stills.
I don't know. But think whose job it is to individually edit pieces out of like like when you buy
The ad guys.
no yeah exactly, but when you buy like McNuggets at McDonald's or like chicken selects, there's no like box, it just has the chicken select, so someone has to like edit round, you know. To me that's just funny that's someone's job. Someone's job
Well,
out
it's
there
the
is to
same as
edit.
anything else.
It's just funny. But
It's Jerry from
okay
advertising.
okay, so we've cracked the large corporations. Yet McDonald's, of course, they have a whole advertising, marketing department. They do all that.
Right.
Fair enough. But old fucking Billy down the road who's just opened a takeaway. How does he get the pictures of his food?
He would have to take them himself.
Right. But sometimes they look really good.
You know, some people can just be good at that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's just opened a takeaway. Do you know how much it costs to fucking rent out a space?
No,
'Cause
yeah,
you have to lease
yeah,
it.
no, yeah.
You can't buy that shit. And the leasing fees are ridiculous. And then you got to buy all the supplies. You got to set the price. You got to work so hard. Like, he hasn't got time
Yeah.
or the money to hire a photographer.
But-
So either he's got a teenager who's all
Yeah.
like, "Father, I wish to be a photographer."
Yeah.
You know, he's either got one of them, or he knows some guy, or he just does it himself.
Right. So he knows some guy. So he has the cheeseburger guy. That's what
No,
I mean.
but-
For a small business, he'd be like, fucking Dave takes a good picture of a burger. Like,
No, I don't think they would ever pay for it. It'd just be like my mate Dave, who happens to
yeah.
be pretty
He
good at
dabbles in photography, yeah.
Yeah,
Just, all right, Dave, yeah, I know you do weddings. Do you do burgers?
I 99% of the time,
Right.
I think they or a family member does it.
Right. And
Or they steal the pictures from the internet,
yeah.
actually. That's mainly what they do.
Okay. So
They
do you
they
think
find the same food
the
and they steal
places
that.
could get food places could get sued for misadvertising? Because think about it, any other product, if you bought it and it looked nothing like, what it was advertised as, you could return it or you could sue, or you know what I mean.
I mean, I think
But
there has
in
been
a
cases
take,
of
yeah, that's what I mean. But in a take, well, I mean, the picture always looks better, doesn't it? It's like
that.
the McDouble, the biggest burger ever, and like in the advert, it looks like it's the size of like, you know, a human head. You know what I mean? Like, like huge. But then when you actually get it, it's like just a little bit bigger than a Big Mac. Like,
I mean, I think it's common consensus enough that the pictures never look the same, that it would
yeah,
never make it to court. You could
yeah,
literally, like, you can try to sue people for anything.
yeah,
Anything you want. You can attempt it
yeah.
for even the most insignificant reason. Like, that guy
But how? Yeah,
took one step onto my driveway because he was walking along the footpath and there was a bicycle coming and he stepped out of the way.
yeah,
But he stood on my property. I was in
yeah,
danger. I am suing him for mental scarring and damages.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You could attempt it, but the judge would probably be like, no.
Yeah, but for something like that, say if you bought a product,
Right,
right, any other product that wasn't food, right, and it
right,
said it was going to look like this, blah, 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 you get it, and it doesn't look like that. You would be entitled to a refund or some sort of
right.
compensation, wouldn't you? Something. If it says like, you buy a pair of gloves and it says they're green, you get them, they're bright red. That's wrong, right?
Well, I mean, if you get a burger, right,
Yeah.
it's still gonna look like the burger. It's gonna have the same ingredients that are
No,
in the
but
picture.
sometimes they just look completely different. Yeah, I mean,
I've
like
never had
the only
if it looks
similarity is
completely
that it
different.
is a burger. Otherwise, like the picture might have it with sesame seeds. You get it, it doesn't have sesame seeds, or like shit like that.
If you really care, you could probably take it back and go, "Well, I wanted a sesame seed bun."
Yeah.
But then
I
they
mean, I
like
don't, but yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of places that will say, "Oh, it's just representative." It's not. Like
But
there's that
where's
sort
the
of
small
argument.
print? Places should cover themselves. They should have in
It's
small
on the
print in
board.
the corner of
They
every.
do. I've seen it.
Really?
They
Okay,
do.
I
They
will
have
look.
it.
I will
Yeah, on
look
the
next
board.
time I'm in a take
Not
on.
all of them do it. Not all of them do
So
it
some of
because
them are smart and
sometimes,
cover their ass. Other ones don't.
yeah. But you'll see that where it'll either be on like a menu or something where it'll say, "Oh, it's a pictures are only representative" and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I've seen it sometimes, but like the one that I'm specifically thinking of, I don't remember seeing it. But
Or it'll be actual products may vary or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But I've seen that before where it's in the very, very fine print.
yeah.
Like,
But it is
did
funny
you
that they've
read
had
the
to be
board?
like, yeah, it's funny that it's just like, oh yeah, our burgers look nothing like the picture. Like the picture just confirms that it is a burger you're getting. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're like, it's completely different. Like,
I
oh,
think
okay.
that's the general consensus. I think if you order a burger, right, and it is literally completely different to what it
Yeah.
is supposed to be, then you could get a
Oh
refund.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's like the same ingredients but it just looks shit, then harden the fuck up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, no, I'm totally just saying that you could, like, or you could give it a damn good go.
I mean, you could try
Yeah.
it, but I don't think it's gonna get very far.
No, I don't think it will either, but you probably could. So how do you get a job photography? So what we're saying is that, so how we got to close this one is that you don't get a job photographing food. You either
No.
work for a marketing company, like someone like McDonald's, they
Right.
take all the pictures, blah, 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 or it's just you or some guy that takes the pictures.
Right.
Okay.
There's unfortunately no big industry of
I mean,
taking
there's a gap in the
photos
market there.
of. There is a gap in the market.
Think of that. Think of that. You know, you
could
see a new
create that
takeaway
industry.
open, or like, you know, you hear of one open, and it's like, all right, you've got any pictures of your food yet? And like, you know, you don't want them to have shit pictures, and you don't want them to, you know, take them online and end up getting sued or whatever. You know, you offer fair rates for like, you know, £2 for a burger, you know, £1 for, you know, like.
Okay, any little takeaway that's silly enough to pay for that sort of thing is probably gonna go out of
They
business.
probably exist. But no, say
Oh,
if you did like really good rates, if you literally just like, yeah, you just charge by time. So like, you know, tenner for an hour of taking pictures of takeaway food. You get it all done in an hour, right?
yeah, but how much
and then
business are you gonna have?
that's your £10 in your pocket just for taking pictures of some burgers. And then that's one less thing he has to do, and he knows that his food's gonna look good.
Yeah, but $10 an hour is like less than minimum wage. Like,
Well, yeah, but you know, you wouldn't do it like it's your full-time
for your
job.
time.
Like if someone actually posed this opportunity to me, if some takeaway suddenly said like, "All right, do you want to take some pictures of my burgers?" Then I'd be like, "Yeah, right, you know, sure, why not?"
Well, that's how it currently happens.
Yeah,
is
but it
some
would
guy
be,
you know,
I know, but it would
and they're
be
like, "I'll
more
give you a
industry because if you,
pizza."
yeah, because that is relying on you knowing a guy, right? You don't have to know a guy because we'll leaflet and you know we'll advertise for you know this. Yeah, you get the
Right,
point.
see, but that wastes more of your time for minimal return. See, so you're not just spending the hour in that case. You know, you're not just spending the hour for a mate, you know, get a tenner. You're
Yeah.
advertising, you're putting in all this work for minimal returns. It's not worth it. But if you got an actual photography job, you get a lot more money.
And you just do it on the side, I guess. Take a picture.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah. There's just they just do it on the side.
This
Yeah.
is why actual photographers they do actual photography.
Yeah.
And the takeaway food pictures are just like, I know this guy named Bob, here's a tenner or a free burger.
Yeah.
That's generally how it's done, because otherwise it would not be worth it.
Yeah. But what about, so say if they get Bob to take all the pictures of
Right.
the takeaway stuff, right? And he does it in such a way, and then Bob dies, right? And then you're like, oh no, Bob. And then like you hear from head office, head burger HQ, that you're bringing out like a new burger called like the triple bacon yummy, right? And you're like, yeah, just get Bob to take a picture of it. He does it best. But Bob's dead. Like,
Okay, but
now you have to
if
find
you
someone that can match the same quality.
if you have a friggin' HQ that's calling you up,
yeah.
I guarantee you've got an advertising department, so that's their problem.
Okay, well, the secret is that HQ is just the guy that owns the takeaway sitting in an office upstairs.
Well, then tell him it's his problem. Say, Bob's dead. Oh, shit out of luck, can't you, boss?
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
That's his problem. If he wants to release this burger, you're just the manager. You're just trying to do your time.
I'm just trying to sell some burgers here, man. You're like, yeah. So, we have solved.
It's not that complex to take a picture of a burger.
But it did get us talking for like a good half an hour. So that's it. We've solved two things. This is a good segment. I like this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I answered it straight away.
No, but it got us thinking, you know, it got the juices going, you know.
Dear Lord.
So tune in next podcast, some more how do. I'm sure Wolf will come up with some.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will, because I always think of shit. Like.
Now, last time we talked about Vampire Batman.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Yeah, I have, for the sake of this, much to my own admonishment and disgust, have looked into a little thing called Ninja Batman.
Yeah.
Now,
Vampire Batman's pretty good.
Vampire Batman, I was all about.
Yeah.
Like, love that shit. And pretty good, interesting new take on a lot of things with that whole little cartoon.
Yeah.
Can recommend. But Ninja Batman. Now, Dom, I believe, knows nothing of this.
No, I literally
Only that I watched it.
yeah, I literally just got a message saying, "Oh my god, you know, Vampire Batman." I was like, "Yeah," and he was just like, "Ninja Batman," and that was pretty much all that was said about it. So I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Now, okay, I didn't watch all of it because I could not watch all of it.
What, you had stuff to do? Did you have to go out, or yeah, you're
I
busy?
could not stand it. I tried to watch it. I could not. So I watched it in pieces, basically.
Right.
And I got
you
the
watched
gist
like
of it.
the express version.
Yeah, I know. Even doing that, where I was skipping and stuff like that, I couldn't go through the whole thing because it progressively got worse.
So let me guess. The premise is Batman,
Right.
but
Batman.
he's a ninja.
Yes.
But isn't he already kind of a ninja?
Well, here's how he becomes even more
Okay,
of
go
a
on,
ninja, right?
go on. I'm on the edge of my
Now,
seat. Yeah.
in the Batman universe, there is a supervillain who's basically a giant gorilla that is super smart, kind of like Winston
Oh
from
yeah.
Overwatch. Now he gathers up all of the villain, and he does like this experiment thing, and it ends up being a time traveling device, and Batman gets caught in it.
How?
And what ends up happening is, well, Batman's like, gonna stop the evildoers and stuff, and then, gets caught in time portal, and even
Okay.
his grappling hooks cannot save him. But what ends up happening is the villains are sent to feudal Japan during the shogunate kind of period. Well, the shogunate would be normally established kind of thing. And it ends up that whole period of Japan where all of the different warlords would be fighting against each other. They're replaced by the DC villains. All the Batman villains end up in their own province, and they're
Okay.
all these Japanese feudal warlords, like with
Right.
Joker, Two-Face, all of them. And they're all trying to conquer Japan. And Batman is sent back, and he's got to stop them. And so he becomes a ninja in feudal Japan.
Right.
Now,
So literally,
if that
is
doesn't,
Batman and he becomes a ninja.
it's Batman weebified.
Right.
Everything is ridiculous, over the top, like Japanese style ridiculousness. It's insanity. Even the Joker
Okay.
is just it's a nightmare, Dom.
Right.
It's a nightmare, and it gets worse. It gets worse. You see, because there's a bit where Batman decides he's got to be in disguise.
Right.
He picks a disguise. Now, there's during this time period, there was a lot of like you could get, depending on the actual time period I was set, but you could get some. I think it was a little bit. No, this definitely wasn't in the Shogunate period, or at least they mixed up the time periods because they say, oh, there was a lot of English missionaries. So this might have
Okay.
been either before the English part or after, because there was a certain period where it had to be before the Shogunate, because English missionaries and Christian missionaries. Sorry, not English. There was a period where they weren't allowed in the country at all. So this must have been before. But Catwoman's all like, "Oh yeah, good disguise,"
Yeah.
disguising herself as a missionary because there were a lot of missionaries there. Exposition.
I want to see that line where Catwoman goes, "Oh yeah, good disguise."
Yeah, but the actual disguise that he's got is he's got the robe and shit that a missionary would have worn.
Yeah.
And he's got the hair cut, like the bowl cut kind of thing, where they've got the shaved middle,
What Batman has.
right? Yeah, Batman has.
Right.
Except he's left a little piece of hair there,
Right.
shaved in the shape of the bat symbol.
Hmm.
So instead of the bald tonsor or whatever it is, he's got the bat symbol on top of his skull.
And that's his
Now
disguise.
Yes, and his
Right.
Bible, instead of having the Holy Cross, has
It's
the
got
bat symbol on it.
Right.
But he's a Christian missionary.
Right.
He's in disguise because he's a ninja.
Oh my god, I see why you couldn't get through it.
Oh, but it gets worse,
Oh
right?
Jesus. Right.
It turns out that the Joker is like, he's gathering up all of these materials because he's like doing stuff with coal and that, and Batman's all like, oh my god, he's started the Industrial Revolution already.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my god, he's changing the timeline.
Yeah.
I better call in the Batmobile.
What?
So he calls in the fucking Batmobile. He's like, oh no, the timeline's being changed. We have to preserve the timeline. Let me call in some advanced technology and
Yeah.
assault the fortress in the fucking Batmobile. And just
Right.
start blowing shit up with missiles.
Hmm.
It's to preserve the timeline, Dom.
Fucking.
But it gets worse. It gets worse.
How?
Because he starts struggling against some of the forces that the Joker is trying to stop him with. And the Batmobile just isn't enough. Enter Mecha Batman.
For fuck's sake.
Batman conjures a mech suit.
So,
And so it becomes Batman Gundam.
but what I don't get about this.
And that's about when I
Yeah.
called it quits and said, no more.
Yeah. What confused me is that why does it have to be Batman? Like, that could
Right.
almost be a good story if it was just a new story. Why Batman? Because it's nothing to do with Batman. They've basically just gone, I can't bother to think of any characters, let's just use
Right.
Batman.
Because of idiots like me who'll go, ooh, Batman, and click on it.
Yeah. Fucking Ninja Batman.
Yeah. It was awful. It was
Holy shit.
really, really bad. It was so bad. But it was so bad that I genuinely think, even if it was nothing to do with Batman, it still would have been a weird, horrible
It still
story.
wouldn't have been good.
Because it was like all of a sudden, like, yeah, fucking mech suit, preserve the timeline. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. And Catwoman had a puppet of a cat for no reason.
Right.
No reason. And she would talk to it, and like it would move around, and she'd like move it around as if it was alive. But it's like, but you're doing that, Catwoman. You're doing that with your hand. It's not a real cat. Like, you know how like in anime and stuff, they'll have like a cat, like a literal cat, and it'll be doing like cutesy things and shit.
Yeah.
She's doing that.
With
Like
a
it's
puppet.
alive, and then she's petting it and stuff, and it's like, but that's your hand. Why do you have a puppet, Catwoman? Why? I don't understand why she had a puppet. It made no sense.
Sounds like it angered you.
It did. It was as bad as the mech suit, because it was worse because it was as bad as the missionary thing, because it's why, if you're in disguise, do you have the bat symbol shaved into your goddamn head?
Yeah.
Why? Like, the viewer still knows you're Batman. You don't need to, like, we're not that dumb. Even if we're like, oh no, like, we don't recognize the face and stuff. Just be like, have one line of dialogue going, good disguise, Bruce. Like, what? What? Why the puppet, though? Ah, God. It hurt. me. It hurt me. Don't watch Ninja Batman. It's terrible.
Watch Vampire Batman, but not
Watch
Ninja
Vampire
Batman.
Batman instead. That was interesting because it took an actual already existing character and was like, what if this happened?
I mean, that's what they did, but they're just like,
No,
what?
but like
What about
it wasn't
Batman?
like they didn't
Yeah,
change a lot of like it wasn't time traveling adventures like Ninja
yeah.
Batman like
Well,
next
it
to
sounds like
preserve the timeline.
yeah. It sounds like Vampire Batman actually thought about how can we make Batman like, but it's like okay,
It's the same character,
yeah,
but they're like, what if instead of Bruce Wayne, it was this other
yeah.
guy?
But oh, Jesus, are we really gonna are we, are we really gonna have another podcast talking about fucking Vampire Batman? But it sounded like in the other one they were just like, okay, I got something here. Batman,
But it's a
yes,
slight change.
but he's a ninja, right? And he's going back in time. Okay, and so is everyone
Okay,
else. Right? Yeah. Okay. Right. Why is he? Okay, so when he goes back in time, some bad stuff starts happening. Oh, okay. They start changing the timeline. Right. So Batman wants to
right.
stop. So yeah, you got it. Yeah. So Batman wants to stop them. Right. Okay. And he doesn't want the timeline to be altered. Okay. So then he's going to call in the Batmobile. No, but wouldn't that? And then when the Batmobile doesn't, then he's going to call in a mech suit. But I
Yeah,
mean, that's really going to mess up the. Great. Put it to production straight away. Head
yeah,
office is going to love this.
yeah. And it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I've got another thing. Sorry, I know it is moving off of that really quick, but there's something that annoyed me. It's such a
Okay.
small thing. Okay. So electric vehicles. Bear with me here. So like electric cars, they're on the rise now.
Yeah,
You know, and they over there as well. And like electric buses, we're getting quite a few of. Are you getting that?
I haven't gotten the electric buses
Okay,
yet.
so we're getting a few electric buses. Right,
Right.
and they're still not like, you know, they're still not the standard, right? But the place that I work or near where I work, like basically most of their buses are electric now, right?
Okay.
Until one day I got stuck behind one, but it wasn't electric. And on the back of it, it said, "Sorry, I'm not an electric bus," with a sad face.
Okay.
What's that about? Right? Like, why did I have to apologise for not being an electric bus? Like, it's not even the standards yet. Like,
I don't know. Why would you?
it just annoyed me. I don't know why. It was just one of those things. I was just like, what do you mean, sorry, you're not an electric bus? I don't care.
I
Like,
think
who
it's how
does care?
society. I think it's how society has gone now, where in this age of habitual outrage, it's like people are now, even buses are now apologizing before anyone even says anything.
Yeah, it's just because
Because they just
someone's about to write an angry letter at some SJW,
yeah.
just like, I saw a bus earlier today, and it wasn't electric, and it's going around killing polar bears. You know, stuff like that.
Wait, he said he's sorry. All right,
Well,
you
next
win this
time
round.
you better not bring one of those fucking diesel
I
buses up here.
honestly, I think that's it. I think it's literally just they're so people are so afraid, and uh, I am sorry to say this, but especially in England,
Right.
people
Yeah,
England is a little bit social justice these days.
yeah, but
Thanks, America.
I just, yeah.
I think they're too afraid of offending people, and it's just
No, definitely, I can 100% say it's like literally everything.
like I'm so sorry that we aren't electric.
Yeah, it's just like we're really trying to get all the buses to be electric, but today we didn't have one, so I had to send a regular diesel bus that goes around and it spurts out the fumes and there's a child playing in the
Yeah,
back garden and that's it, and they die on
the
the
child is
fumes.
dead now.
Yeah,
Yes,
good job.
it's
If you'd have just sent an electric bus, he'd still be alive.
that's true. But
Just
yeah, it's
what is that
this
about?
it's this
Oh, I've got more stuff while I'm on a rant, but I don't know if I
overdeveloped
can keep going.
sense of guilt, like everyone
Yeah,
has to kowtow to any slight
yeah,
outrage, and it's just kind of whatever.
yeah.
Well, that was both interesting and informative, Dom.
It was. There's a large segment that's just
Uh,
just been snipped, but maybe it'll come to light of day
yeah,
sometime.
maybe.
If we
Probably
do
not. Probably not.
the
Um,
after dark version.
no, I think we've covered a lot of random shit today.
We have.
A lot of random stuff, but hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. But I think that about does it for this episode.
Yes.
Any final thoughts, Tom?
Don't watch Ninja Batman. If you're gonna
Yep.
watch one, go for Vampire Batman.
Vampire Batman.
Consider going into your local takeaway and asking where they got the pictures done or where they got them from. I think I'm probably going to do that next time in a takeaway.
We'll see next time on the report on this.
Yeah. Yeah. But either way, it's been great.
Yeah. And if, as usual, if anyone has any ideas or topic suggestions or things they just want to ask us, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think or what you might want us to talk about, and we'll take a look and have a chat about it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. I hope it was enjoyable.
I hope so too. So far, I think they've been alright. But yeah, let us know if you want to know how do they do this gosh darn thing.
How do
they do
How
this?
do?
Then pop it down there and we'll solve it for you, no problem.
Yeah, we are the experts.
Can't guarantee the correct answer, but we will give you an answer.
You will get a answer.
And that is a guarantee.
An answer.
Right.
There's a Brit and Aussie guarantee.
Yeah, which means nothing.
Nothing.
We're also going to give you a Brit and Aussie guarantee. There will be a podcast every week now until the end of the year. That's
Which means whenever we get the time.
It's
or
every
feel
month.
like it.
Every month at the moment.
Every now and then.
Yeah. But okay, great.
Thank you for watching. We're out of here.
Thanks.
Have a good one.